Well, hello. Today we have another Devar Torah from the Sefer Reb Tzvi Kushalevsky on the Torah in Parshas, the Parsha of Vayikra. This is the Parsha of Vayikra. Let's get it. The question is, doing chesed or offering a korban, which is greater? Doing chesed, that's doing a kind deed, or offering a korban, that's a sacrifice, so which is greater? Adam ki yakriv mikem korban Hashem, a person from among you who offers a korban to Hashem, a person who among you who offers a sacrifice to Hashem. That's Vayikra 1:2, chapter 1, verse 2. The word korban derives from the word karov, meaning near. Since, as the Maharal explains, a korban brings us closer to Hashem. So that's why it's called korban, because it brings us closer to Hashem. Now we have no mikdash and no korbanos. We don't have a sanctuary or korbanos or sacrifices. Is there anything that can substitute for them? Now that we have no mikdash and no korbanos, is there anything that can substitute for them? What can a person do to bring himself close to Hashem in a similar way? We can begin to answer these questions in the light of a fascinating incident and conversation cited in Avos de Rabbi Nasson 4:5. This is the incident. It once happened that Rabbi Yochanan ben Zakkai was leaving Jerusalem and Rabbi Yehoshua was traveling behind him. Upon seeing the Mikdash in ruins, Rabbi Yehoshua lamented, quote, "Woe unto us that such a place has been destroyed, the place that atoned for the Jews' sins." Rabbi Yochanan ben Zakkai replied, "Do not despair, because there is an equivalent avenue of atonement, gemilus chasadim. That's the giving of loving kindness, the act of doing loving kindness. Chesed. As it is written, for I wanted chesed and not a korban. Hashem said he wanted chesed, doing kindness to one another, not a korban, not sacrifices. Hosea 6:6. That's in Hosea 6:6. Chesed is presented both as being on par with korbanos, but also as being better than korbanos, as the pasuk indicates. Chesed is on par with korbanos. It's on par with korbanos in as much as both bring atonement to the same extent. But chesed has a definite advantage over korbanos in a key area. As the Maharal puts it, chesed grants a tremendously higher level to a person himself, while a korban does not. That's Maharal, Nesivo Solom. It can be looked up. Nesiv Gemilos Chasadim, section 1. So the Maharal puts it, chesed grants a tremendously higher level to a person himself, while a korban does not. Chesed raises a person up from the natural earthliness of the body and allows him to emulate Hashem by performing kindness for others. In other words, a korban atones, but chesed makes a person grow. So chesed is even on a higher level than a korban. The Gemara, Sanhedrin 103b, makes a surprising statement about how far chesed goes. It tells us that the place where Micha kept and served his idol was not far from the Mishkan, so close that the smoke generated by the service of the idol merged with that of the Mishkan sacrifices. Embarrassed, the angels wanted to push Micha away, but Hashem refused, saying that travelers benefited from Micha's hospitality and food. Amazing! Despite Micha being worthy of punishment for his idolatry, and despite the disgrace of the merged smoke, Micha's chesed saved him. The Chavetz Chaim would say that the days of Mashiach are on the way, that we are already in the final phase of world history, and that the signs are apparent. On the pasuk, anyone who is called by Hashem's name will escape. The Medrash asks, can a person really be called by the name of Hashem? Here's the Medrash of Yoel 3:5, referring to escaping final retribution. Yalkut Shimoni, Yoel 3:5-37. So it can be looked up over here. There's the footnote. So can a person really? So it says that the person that is called by Hashem's name will escape. So the Medrash asks, can a person really be called by the name of Hashem? It answers that, in a sense, we can. If we are merciful, we earn the title Rachum. Rachum is merciful, like Rachmanus, mercy. Just as Hashem has the appellation Rachum, Hashem is also called merciful. So, in other words, if we have mercy on people, we can have the title of Rachum, just like Hashem has. The Medrash continues by relaying that a certain individual, named by the Yerushalmi as Rav, was seized by the Romans and asked for his identity. He claimed that he was one of the soldiers of Papianos, and they released him. If a person can tag onto a human ruler and be saved, all the more so can he be saved by being one of Hashem's army. He said that he was one of the soldiers of Papianos, and they released him. So he is a human ruler. So if one can say that one is part of Hashem's army, that one is merciful, just like Hashem is merciful, so one can also be saved, of course. This means that one who emulates by Hashem by performing chesed has become one of Hashem's people, so to speak. The forces of evil and impurity will leave such a person alone. The Maharal adds that one who attaches himself to a Torah and Chesed will be untouchable. Here it is, the Maharal, Netzach Yisrael, section 36. As the Maharal goes on to explain. Hold on. Evil cannot rule over someone who is attached to ultimate good. Torah is a goodness that is non-physical, while Chesed is a goodness that is physical. Those who pursue both will be impregnable. They will be saved from the birth pangs of Mashiach. So in other words, Torah is a goodness that's non-physical. Chesed is a goodness that is physical. So if one learns Torah, one is learning something that is non-physical, which is good. Ultimate good. And one does chesed, one is good to people and for people, so that is a physical thing. And if one does both things, one can really be impregnable. One can really save oneself. The Yetzer Hara is called evil by Hashem himself. The Gemara elsewhere compares the Yetzer Hara to a fly. Flies swarm around decaying objects, not good, pristine ones. These are the footnotes. So flies swarm around decaying objects, not good, pristine ones. Evil is attracted to evil, but pure good is above and beyond attachment to evil. Our task is clear: to develop our goodness and to increase our identity as Hashem's people by learning Torah and performing acts of kindness. So one can be one of Hashem's people. One can learn Torah and perform acts of kindness and be one of Hashem's people. Doing chesed or offering a korban, which is greater? So here we have, this is from Rav Tzvi Kushalevsky on the Torah, Toras Tzvi. So there we have it. There we have Toras Tzvi. From the Torah of Rav Tzvi Kushalevsky on the Torah. Okay, thank you very much. Have a good Pesach, a good Passover. Thank you. See you again soon.